Imagine inventing a device so horrific that the king decides to use it on you first. Or imagine going to the doctor for a checkup and he decides to open you up while you are still awake. History isn't just about progress. Sometimes it's about mad scientists with zero morals and way too much power. Welcome back to Ouch History. Today, we are diving into the laboratories of nightmares, from Cleopatra's poison diary to the real-life Frankensteins who electrocuted severed heads. Warning, this is not for the faint of heart. Let's get into it. If you are glad you live in the era of anesthesia and aspirin, smash that subscribe button. Trust me, after this video, you will be very grateful for modern medicine.
We all know Cleopatra, famous queen, Roman lover, tragic suicide. But did you know she was also a serial killer for science? In 47 BC, she turned her palace into a poison lab. She didn't use rats, she used prisoners. She was obsessed with finding the perfect death, quick and painless. She started with plant toxins like hemlock and nightshade. She stood there, taking notes, watching prisoners vomit and convulse. When plants were too messy, she switched to minerals like arsenic. But that caused bloody diarrhea and hours of agony. Not classy enough for a queen. Eventually, she found the perfect mix. And ironically, her research wasn't for the prisoners, it was for herself. When she committed suicide in 30 BC, she knew exactly which venom to use because she had watched dozens of people die from it first.
Let's start with a classic case of instant karma. In 570 BC, a tyrant named Phalaris ruled Sicily. He didn't just want to kill people, he wanted to turn it into a concert. A brass worker named Perilos came to him with a gift, the bronze bowl. It was a life-sized hollow statue. You put a person inside, light a fire underneath, and roast them alive. But here is the artistic part. Perilos designed acoustic pipes in the bowl's nose. As the victim screamed, the pipes transformed the sound into the bellowing of a bull. Phalaris was impressed. He asked Perilos, "Does it really work?" Perilos said, "Yes." So Phalaris said, "Prove it." He threw the inventor inside and lit the fire. Perilos became the first victim of his own twisted creation. Talk about a product demo gone wrong.
Knocking the Egypt, let's talk about the Dark Age of medicine. Meet Herophilus and Erostratus. These guys are the fathers of anatomy. But in 3rd century BC Alexandria, they were the stuff of nightmares. The king gave them permission to perform vivisection. That implies dissecting a body while the person is still alive. They took condemned criminals, strapped them to tables, and cut them open without any anesthesia. Unless you count wine, Herophilus was fascinated by nerves. He would poke a nerve on a screaming man and say, "Oh, that's a sensory nerve." Then he'd poke another and watch the leg kick. "Ah, that's a motor nerve." They mapped the entire nervous system and the heart by watching it beat inside a chest that was cut wide open. Medical progress? Yes. Absolutely demonic? Also yes.
Fast forward to the Black Death in 1348. The world was ending and doctors were desperate. Enter Guy de Chauliac, the Pope's physician. He stayed behind when others fled, which was brave. But his cures? Pure torture. He believed the plague was in the blood, so he drained people until they fainted. When that didn't work, he took mercury, a heavy metal poison, and packed it directly into open sores. Imagine having the plague and your doctor pours liquid metal into your wounds. For patients who couldn't breathe, he shoved tubes down their throats and pumped in medicinal smoke, made from burning the urine of healthy people. Most patients didn't die from the plague, they died from the cure.
Finally, let's go to the 18th century. The guillotine was the new toy in town, chopping heads off efficiently. But scientists had a question. Is the head still thinking? This kicked off the creepiest experiments in history. In 1754, a guy named Winslow grabbed a freshly chopped head and started poking the eyes and shouting its name. The eyes actually turned toward the sound. Then came the electricity. In 1793, doctors hooked up batteries to severed heads. The faces grimaced, teeth clenched, and eyes opened wide, looking bewildered. One doctor, Samuel von Sommering, poured acid on exposed brains just to see if the face would react. He claimed the head stayed conscious for up to 7 minutes after the chop. 7 minutes! Just a head in a basket, feeling acid burn its brain, wondering where its body went.
So the next time you complain about waiting 20 minutes at the doctor's office, just remember, at least they aren't pouring hot urine down your throat or putting you in a bronze bull. Which of these experiments made you cringe the most? Let me know in the comments. We have a video coming up about the most insane weapons that backfired, so make sure you subscribe and ring that bell. This has been Ouch History. Don't try this at home.